your source for profit. Hear what you need to know to succeed in today's real estate market.
So I hope you guys are getting some value out of this. I'm trying to tell you the data behind buying a deal. And again, if you're looking to buy a house for yourself and move in, this data is still going to help you, because you're going to want to know. You don't have to be in a hurry to buy down here. There's so many properties. Eventually, you're going to see more inventory. No reason to buy at the top of the market. Let other people do that. Let them get killed. Don't do it right now unless you get a great deal. And you're only going to get a great deal if you do your research anyway. So let's continue. So down here, now we're going to look at time to contract. So what we're looking at, and this is a really interesting chart here. This is crazy. So last July, it was 43 days to contract. So you can't see it because my head's in the way, but you can see, okay, 43 days to contract. Okay. February, in the height of Corona, 56 days to get to a contract. April was 30 days to get to a contract. July, 32. Year to date, 42. July, 32. Things are moving faster than what the market has shown. Hey, listen, this could take 42 days to sell a contract. Oh, but right now we're doing 32, which means transactions are flying. You have to know, again, by subdivision, if that's the case where you want to buy. But for the most part, there's just so many transactions happening. Why? The absorption rate is low, money's cheap, people from up north need to get down here. Just understand this. So we're going to continue on our trek through this report. And again, now down here, where up here was days to contract, now we're going to go days to sale. And this is really indicative of how quickly people are getting their money because they're getting loans, what's happening in that regard. And again, no secret, last year, 85 days to the actual sale. The actual sale. Now we are at our lowest point. 73 days to sale. A little over a month, 2 months, and people are closing on their properties, which is still, again, below the median time. So every indicator thus far, everything has said, hey man, this market's on fire. It's on absolute fire, and you need to jump in. Oh, wait. No, if you're looking to make money, this might not be quite yet when you want to jump in. But it's getting close. So you should be doing your homework. And new pending sales, and this is just the number of sales that are pending, and you almost have your year high. June was 2095, July was 2093 in terms of pending sales. Still at that peak. Don't buy at the peak. You always want to buy the dip. And I love how they put this down here. I'm not even there yet. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is active listings. So what you can see here is that the active listings in July of 2019 were 5,500 properties on the market. And it has dropped, and then it went back up, and it dropped. And we're at the lowest point of inventory in a year. Let me just lean in on this one. Why do you think that is? Why do you think we're at the lowest point of inventory in the last 12 months? What happened? What's going on? Why are we at the lowest point of inventory in the last 12 months? What's happened? If you're a real estate investor and you're really looking to do some due diligence and get a deal, you need to know what's going on. Every number that they've put out here thus far is showing you that the market is smoking hot, is not showing any indication of slowing down. Barry, what are you talking about? How is this going to slow down? There's just not enough inventory on the market right now to even get people to slow it down. Everything's getting snatched up. There's 3,700 listings. You're almost down 2,000 listings from its peak last year. Look at that, 5,562 in July of last year, and we're only at 3,700 this year. There's no inventory. Prices are smoking hot. There's more data to look at, I'm telling you. All right, so here we go. This is the absorption rate I was telling you. So in July of 2019, let me move this up, we had 4.2 months of inventory on the books, and it pretty much stayed the same. And then now we have the lowest amount of inventory on the books for the last 12 months. That absorption rate has shrunk, which means sales are going to go up, prices are going up. If you know what you're doing here, you have to understand to read the tea leaves. I mean, where's my girl? Where's my girl? Yeah, here she is. So, remember I said that? Remember I had mentioned nobody has a crystal ball? Well, you actually do have a crystal ball. If you're looking at this data, you have a crystal ball. You just know how to read it. Yeah. Okay, so here we go to the next one. And I hope I'm not boring you guys, but I could dig numbers all day. Next thing here is closed by sales price. And this one's a very interesting one. This is where it starts to get really interesting for me. I'm going to have to raise this up, or have to get my head off here. All right. So $1 million or more, there's basically no change. Rich people buy when they want to buy. They don't. There's no influence. Up to 999, 26% change. Then things start happening differently. Between 400 and 599, 524 houses, but below 399. You're starting to see where numbers are beginning to change. You're starting to see where, as an investor, there might be some stuff that you want to look at here. Might be some information that you want to pull. So this is what I'm looking at. So if you're looking at properties, and these are probably not in the best of neighborhoods, but between 200 and 250 or 100 to 250, and you're seeing the drop off here. Why is that? Pro tip number 15, I don't know. Because the people moving from up north and the cash buyers that are from foreign money aren't looking to live in the hood. They're down here. They're buying these houses. Those are the ones that they're buying. You know, these 400,000 plus, these 300,000 plus. That's the people. But below that, in these marginal neighborhoods, I can say that because I'm not a realtor. Those houses are not moving as fast. Where's the data on the market between 200 and 300? Where's that data? Where's that data on Tamarack and Lauderdale Lakes and, Point South? That the neighborhoods. Those aren't moving as fast. They're not moving nearly as fast. Something to think about. So let's continue. So median time contract to sales price. Now we're digging in deep. So what's interesting here is even people with a lot of money who are buying $1 million properties or more, they're taking 3 months to get a deal done. But in that 3 to 500, 27, 24 days, even the stuff in the hood, cheap houses, 100 to 149, only in 9 days. But that's still way off in terms of what investors would be doing. So smart investors are pulling back. Now I think we're going to get to the actual meat here. Still not. Listing price, I'm not even going to go through that. How far do I have to get down to I get to the meat? Here is the meat. Here's the meat. This is the monthly distressed market. And distress meaning foreclosures, list pendencies, problem properties, vacant, probate, all the different properties that as investors we look to jump into because there's such a strong profit base from these properties. You know, we're not looking to move in. We're looking to make money. Now, let's look at some of these numbers. All right. So a traditional property, and you guys can see this hopefully, a traditional property has 1,594 closed sales. This year, 1,572, 1.4% different, positive. Median sale price 405, 380 from last year, 6.6%. But now let's look down here. Closed sales of foreclosures and REOs. We only had in July of 2020 40, and we only had in July of 2019 45. So it dipped a little bit. But look at the price. The median sale price of the foreclosures and REOs were about $70,000 less than what the traditional property sold for. And then if you get down here into short sales, you're looking at properties that are almost $110,000 difference in terms of the median sale price and the actual sale price of the short sales. Bingo. That's gold right there. Let me tell you why. What you do, this may be nothing different in these properties, but they're selling for nearly $100,000 less because they're in foreclosure, they're in REO, or a short sale. Now understand, it's extremely competitive to buy foreclosures and REOs. Extremely competitive. I wouldn't recommend that to anyone who doesn't have the experience in buying these cash sales, because you can get your butt handed to you. So where am I going with all this? Why did I want to basically go through and show all this data? What am I getting at? Barry, I don't understand what's going on. All right, so I want you to look at this, and I want you to look really close at this, and you can see, obviously, these are their numbers. They're not mine, and you can see that there's a huge amount of spread in these properties, but only 12 short sales and only 40 REOs. Here's a money shot. All of this inventory that's been selling and moving and going back and forth are with people who are able to do so. Right now, and mark my words, and you can look and search in the court records in Broward. Since February, there hasn't been the ability to go forward with a foreclosure filing. 7 months of foreclosures are backed up. Let that sink in. There's 3.1 months of inventory as of today. What happens when the moratorium is lifted, possibly in September 2nd? Maybe he'll raise it and go another month. Who knows? But if you're doing your numbers and you're doing your research, you know that there's potentially hundreds of properties per county, hundreds, that have had foreclosure moratoriums put in place. Go back and check the list pendants volume for the last 7 months. Go back and check the list pendants volume for the last 14 months. How many properties were in the foreclosure cycle? Let's say you were a bank and you filed a list pendants. I hope you guys know what a list pendants is. But you filed a list pendants in June of last year, July of last year. And you've been going through the legal process, and you're about to do everything you need to do. You're about to get to the auction date, and then the coronavirus hits, and you can't do anything. You're stuck. You're dead in the water. There's a moratorium. Do you think those cases went away? Do you think those cases, you think that's why there are only 40 in the market and 12 short sales? Well, what do you think is going to happen in September? or October, whenever the moratorium is listed, there's going to be a tsunami wave of foreclosures. Don't believe me? Go check the list pendants. Check to see how many foreclosures have been halted simply because of the coronavirus. Hundreds, maybe thousands. I don't know the number. You can look it up yourself. All of that inventory is eventually coming to the market. All of that inventory that's been on hold for 7 months is going to come to the market. 3.1 months of inventory is going to go to 6 just like that. Just like that. And you need to be ready. And I'm not saying that you have to be, because a lot of people have a problem and they call us vulture capitalists because we look at these things. This is the kind of data that I look at. This is the kind of data I sit back and go, hey, is anybody else checking this crap out? Anyone else see what's coming? There's a reason why I'm doing this show. There's a reason why I'm trying to raise money. There's a reason why I'm getting all my ducks in a row. It's not to buy at 97% of list price. It's not to buy high. I want to buy the dip. The dip is coming and people aren't even prepared for it. They think it's just a great market and everything is going great and we're just la 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 la. Call my bluff. Call a realtor. Ask any realtor. Call 10 of them. See how many of them know. Hey, Mr. Realtor, yeah. How many properties have been held back in foreclosure because of the coronavirus moratorium? I don't know, sir. What do you mean you don't know? You're asking me to list my property and you don't know what's coming in my neighborhood? No, I don't. They don't know this stuff. There are going to be sellers in the next 60 to 180 days are going to get freaking killed. They're not going to be able to move their property at the price they think they can move it at. Now imagine you just bought a property and you came down from up north and you paid $450 for a property based on today's market. It's moving fast. 3.1 months of absorption rate. Top of the market. And come, I don't know, February of next year, market drops. Market just goes because all this inventory all of a sudden shows up. We're just going to do what? Feed more foreclosures. Feed more list pendances. I don't know how we get out of this. I just know you need to be prepared as an investor to take advantage of this and be ready. There are going to be people absolutely losing their mind in the next 4 to 6 months. Maybe sooner, depending on how quick the courts can begin processing these foreclosures. How aggressive the banks want to be coming off of the coronavirus. Those are the details we don't know yet. But they're there. It's not like they're not there. They have put a moratorium on foreclosures for the last 7 months. They're not going away. In fact, it's worse. What about all the new ones? If John Smith lost his business because of the coronavirus and he hasn't been able to pay his mortgage for 6 or 7 months and he hasn't even been filed on yet because, the banks have been trying to be nice, how about all those? It's like a army of marching orcs heading for the real estate market. And I'm wondering, is anybody else seeing this? Am I the only one sitting here with my crystal ball going, what in the hell are you people doing? At the same time, it ends up having to wipe my chin from the drool because of what I see coming. Now, I won't go over all this again tomorrow with Miami. I'll just go over their numbers and we can look at their market report. But you got the bonus plan today. I'm not going to do all the tips. You need to get those today and be ready. It's going to be bountiful. It's going to be something that we're going to look at and say, hey, listen, we do indeed have a crystal ball. It's been given to us. We just need to understand what it looks like. We need to understand what's coming. And I just gave you an hour's worth of data that you need to look up on your own. Begin positioning yourself. Get your money right. Get your team if you're going to do rehabs. Understand what you're looking at. Begin looking at the list pendencies. Look at the ones that are been staved off by the coronavirus moratorium. And understand we're about to see one of the best profit-making in times in real estate since the 2004-05 era. That's why I'm so excited. And I feel for some of the people, not some, I feel for everyone who may end up losing their home, especially because of no fault of their own. But life moves on. Business moves on. Are truly real estate investors. It's hard. I empathize with people like, Barry, you're going to just be buying these people's homes. Banks don't care. Someone is going to be there to buy it, fix it up, resell it. That's what our economy is. That is what it is. As people are saying now, as though it's a offensive term. Wake up. Wake up. Be ready. There's just so much going on, and I just hope you guys are ready. I'll talk to you, today's Tuesday. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Wednesday. Talk to you soon.
Your source for profit. Hear what you need to know to succeed in today's real estate market.
Hey, thanks for checking out this clip of the Barry Cunningham Show. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, I talk about real estate and the trends and news that affect real estate and making money in real estate. So if you want to see us live, just go ahead and click the subscribe button below, or just click the link below, which is going to be a link to the archives of all of our live shows. And then we'll go ahead and cut these up and get them out there so you can see the clips of the various shows. But in any event, I'm glad you're watching. Please continue to watch and have a great day. Get out there and make some money. And we'll see you on the next episode.